Hey guys, Stolen here, back in with day 15 of the 31 days of Halloween, and at this point we might as well just be halfway through it. I mean, 31's a odd number anyway, so 15, 16, kind of the middle point, and yeah, we're still continuing this NECA train with the Heroes of the Storm, Arthas Menethil figure. He is from wave, excuse me, I believe 2 of the Heroes of the Storm figures. Now, let me do a little bit of background for you. I'm going to try and make it quick, just because there's not a lot of articulation on this guy, so it'll be a fairly quick review, other than just gazing upon the amazing detail that is on this figure. But Heroes of the Storm is basically a compilation of various properties owned by the video game company Blizzard. And Blizzard is responsible for making games such as, StarCraft? Star Force? Something like that. Diablo. And most notably, at least in my opinion, is World of Warcraft/Warcraft. And that's where this guy hails from. He is from Warcraft/World of Warcraft, because I believe he was in both. And he is the King of the Dead, I believe. He is known as the Lich King, and he is I believe he's a type of Death Knight. And the Death Knights are, well, basically the White Walkers before that shit was a thing. Looking at you, Game of Thrones. But yeah, this guy is essentially the one of the ultimate big bads in the original World of Warcraft games, or Warcraft games. I'm basing this off of what I remember loosely from my buddy, my good buddy Brandon from high school. I actually haven't talked to him in a while, but he's hardcore into World of Warcraft, or at least he was. I don't know if he is anymore. But he's the reason I know anything about that game, so props out to him. But this guy was actually a playable character in Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. His name was Arthas Menethil, and Frostmourne here, his little sword, that was his guitar, and he was a character I used a lot. I'm just like, oh, it's a cool looking Overlord looking guy. And it's like, no, that dude's from freaking World of Warcraft. I'm like, oh, well then. So, yeah, he's pretty rad, to say the very least. He's very cool looking. So let's just get right into it. First off with his sword, which just kind of unpegs from his hand. It's supposed to peg in, but it really doesn't. It's a lot easier to remove than I remember, but it's got a keyed kind of peg, and what you're supposed to do is line it up, peg it in like that. Kind of difficult to do that, but this thing has a shite load of detail on it. It looks amazing, and it's literally almost the same size as the figure. It's probably just a hair shorter than he is. Well, it goes up to his neck anyways. But yeah, this is a pretty dope looking sword. It's got the ram skull on it. It's got the 2 little side blades. It's got the horns. Let's hold it this way. And if you want to, have him like he was in Guitar Hero, you just kind of bend his elbow. Well, his elbows don't bend a lot, so you're kind of limited, but if you raise his arm up, you raise this arm up. You just kind of set it in his hands. I believe he played it something like this. And there you go. There he is playing his sword. That's pretty rad. If he had more articulation, I'd do a little bit better job, but if my memory serves me right, and I'm pretty sure it does, that's how he held his sword in Guitar Hero. But pretty cool looking sword. Now the figure. Articulation, as I said, there ain't a lot. I mean, you get the standard NECA stuff, but it's pretty hindered, just based off how unique this guy's sculpt is. So the head will look side to side along with the torso. It'll look up and down a little bit, has a bit of tilt to it. You're going to want to be careful not to drop this guy. These have some flex to them, but not a whole lot, so they could break. He's obviously got a diaphragm joint. It's pretty loose on mine, but I'd rather it was a little loose than a little too tight. And then he's got a waist swivel, which again is kind of loose. Just seeing if I can push this back anymore, because I think it's a double ball peg, but I'm not sure. His shoulders will move out to the side a fair amount. Anyways, there you go. Almost a complete right angle to the body, and the shoulder pads don't really get in the way in that regard. Now, they are connected on the back, and they do hold his cape on, pretty much like a Mythic Legions figure. And his cape is a nice spamdexy type material, so that's pretty cool. But it is pretty much pinned in with these, which are glued in. They don't rotate up and down or anything like Mythic Legions would. But if you bring the arm down, and I'm going to do this behind camera because I really don't want to break this. There we go. There. But if you bring his arm forward, it's going to mess up the shoulder pad after a while. It doesn't do it too bad. It's not terrible on this side. I think this side's a little bit more worse. It kind of throws off the look a little bit, but, you know, if you can deal with it, then fine. His elbows, they'll give you less than 90. That's just how the design is. And he does rotate there. He's got a swivel in the hand. I think he's got a hinge too, but it's pretty useless. He's got a hinge in the hand, but it doesn't really work. Let's try this side. Just because it's a fist, it might get... I think it's pretty much just a swivel in the hand. You're not going to get a whole lot out of that. His hips will kick out to the side. Actually, almost 90 degrees. So that's pretty cool. This little dick towel he's got here is a nice soft... It's cloth material, pegged in with his belt, so it won't get in the way. He's got a thigh cut. His legs will move forward and back too. He's got a single joint at the knee. Gives you about... Yeah, that's about it. He's got cool looking knee pads, which if you heat up, you can get him to do that. You could probably get this guy in a throne if you wanted to. I would not be surprised if some of you have. He's got a rotation at the knee, and then he's got ball-jointed feet. You can move down a little bit, up a little bit. Not so much tilt, but he doesn't really need it. He's not. I don't see him doing a bunch of dynamic poses, really. But, no, he is a cool-looking figure. So getting the sword in his hand now. I'm going to show you how I do it. The way I do it is, I take this top piece, and I put it in there, for the most part, all the way. Like so. And then I will take this piece and slide it through the bottom. Now I'm going to do this behind camera just so I don't break anything. Because like I said, I like this dude a lot. I'd be very sad if he broke. Let's see here. You just got to line the... you know what? I think I slide the bottom piece up, and then I line the top piece up with that. And then I push it in. And for the most part, it works. But if you want to rotate the sword in his hand, I recommend you grab the both the hilt and the butt of the handle There you go. Arthas with his sword. So size comparison. Just put old Arthas over there. Focusing. And we'll bring in the obvious size comparison. Been bringing in all month. There he is next to Jack-o'-lantern. Wow. He's pretty big. I didn't think he was that tall for some reason, but he's fairly tall. Obviously, he's a 7-inch scale, but I think this works. It's Arthas. He's supposed to be big, tall, mean son of a bitch. So, yeah, overall, I really like this figure. Sorry about the white balance. I don't know why it's tripping out, but it just is, and it's annoying. But he looks really cool. I'm obviously going to recommend you pick this up if you're a fan of World of Warcraft or Heroes of the Storm. He's probably one of the best characters in that game. And I forgot to mention, Heroes of the Storm is a little bit more RPG-based. You build a team, you go and attack other players. It's kind of like Raid Shadow Legends, but a lot more... it's like that, but it's built more like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You can run around and do stuff. It's more open environment, I should say. But a special shout out to Figures of Action for giving me a good price on this guy. I got him in, I almost said Tyrael from him just a little over a week ago? 2 weeks. Few weeks. By the time this is posted, it'll be a few weeks. At the time of the recording of this video, it's been a couple of weeks, so... special shout out to him. This video is brought to you in part by Figures of Action. You can check out his Instagram. I'm not sure if he's still on YouTube anymore, but if he is, you can check out that too. So that being said, hope you enjoyed today's edition of 31 Days of Halloween. Stay tuned because tomorrow we'll be taking a look at the infamous deluxe stitches from also Heroes of the Storm. Well, that being said, hope you enjoyed this review, and until next time, catch you guys later with day 16 of the 31 Days of Halloween. Woo, scary. There can be only one Prince of Darkness. Get the reference? Probably not.